Dear Father, we love you so much, and we're so thankful to come before you, Father God. We thank you for this wonderful school district, Father. We thank you for the wonderful students, the wonderful
Stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Father, we love you so much, and we're so thankful to come before you, Father God. We thank you for this wonderful school district, Father. Pray now that you give us wisdom. We thank you for the wonderful students, the wonderful
Stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Father, we love you so much, and we're so thankful to come celebrate Him. Forgive us when we fail you. We pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Well, good evening and Happy New Year to everybody. Everybody is doing well, and everybody is in the same spirit of go frogs. Just for the day. Just for the day. Desiree, you know who's here and who's not?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, it's time for our public open forum. If anyone would like to address the board, now's the time. I think, Ms. Harvey, Angie? Herbie, I'm sorry.
It's all the same.
My eyesight.
Understand.
Welcome.
Thank you. I just had something real quick. Well, there was two things. One I wanted to say in December, but we had a band concert, so I wasn't here. But I just wanted to thank the transportation department with the changeover in band staff. They've just been super helpful, and our bus drivers all through football season are amazing. Especially kudos to Brack Jones. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So the band is hosting the Glenn Miller Orchestra February 21st, which right here. And I wish I could tell you the song that they're popular for, but I don't remember it at the moment. But this is a super, super cool opportunity for our jazz band kids. So they're going to come and work with them, have a clinic during the day. They get to play, I think either before or after the concert. So we're selling tickets. They're only $20, but we're trying to get the word out. We need to sell 500 for the band to break even. Miss Ray did an amazing job on getting the price for us. And then if we sell more than 500, it becomes a fundraiser for the band. So I was just going to leave these here. If you guys could spread the word. I mean, I know it's been in emails, but now it's only 5 or 6 weeks away. So now it's time to start thinking about it. So we would just, yes,
What's the date?
February 21st.
February the 21st.
And there's a QR code to
It's
scan.
in the pack.
Yes, at the pack.
And the ticket's $20. And how many seats? We have to sell 500?
We need to sell 500 to break even for what we paid them to come out.
We're doing PSA here, by the way. And how many seats are available total?
1,000.
So we could raise, how much if we sold 1,000 tickets? I know that's $20,000.
Right, so 10,000?
So we need to sell 1,000 tickets.
Yes, yes, we do.
How many tickets do we need to sell?
1,000. We need to sell 1,000.
What's the date?
February 21st at 6 p.m. 6 p.m.
6 p.m. And it's where?
at the Wiley Pack.
And our kids are going to get to perform.
Yes, they will
Our
perform.
jazz band is going to get to perform. And they're getting a clinic
Yes,
from the
from the Glenn Merrill Orchestra.
Glenn Miller Band.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm not even old enough to remember. But I do remember Glenn Miller.
So, yeah, so they're amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
So you came to tell us things about the bus drivers and give them kudos. It's great. They do work hard. I'm glad Mr. White didn't have to drive y'all.
Actually, he did.
But she didn't say, hey, what a great driver Mr. White was.
I was on the bus with Brack, so.
All right. And what is this called again?
The Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Is that the name of the event?
Yes, I guess so. It's the world famous Glenn Miller Orchestra.
They really are. Like if you look at their songs, you would know it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are world famous, so.
and somebody's gonna tweet this and put it on Facebook, and maybe on our webpage. and do-
Yeah, it's been on emails, it's been on, I know Jackie will throw it out there when it gets closer.
But we'll give a good push.
Yeah,
Has it been on the news? Has it been on Big Country homepage?
no, I did get the number, or the number of the person I need to contact to make that happen, so that can get out there.
And you need to sell how many tickets?
1,000. So, flyers and pass them out with the QR codes.
So what about the kids in the band? Do they get to go for free, or do we need to buy their tickets?
We should probably buy their tickets.
How many are,
The jazz band goes for free. There's 170 kids.
counting the jazz band? Mm-hmm. Oh, but the jazz band goes free.
Right.
And how many of those? How many?
Oh, there's 20 of those, so 150.
150? And how much is 150 times 20?
I don't know.
$3,000? I'm gonna guarantee that out of this group, we're gonna buy those 150 tickets,
Awesome.
okay?
Okay. That'd be great.
My wife and I are gonna buy those 150 tickets.
Wow.
You guys keep up.
So everybody's buying 150 tickets each.
You know, that's just a little, you know, you level up peer pressure.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Keenum, my mother's 95, and she's already said she's going, so I'm pitching in too, so.
This is a great thing for our community and our band,
Yeah, it'll be really good.
and, thank you. Either way.
You're welcome. Can I just leave these up here?
Sure. No, give them to Desiree, if you don't mind, please. Does anybody else have any questions?
Thank you.
Now, I'll comment, the jazz band, they brought in clinicians every year since my kids were, but Jack, the primary one in Jack. And it's fun, they get to participate and have that clinic with a real professional, or in this case, real professionals. And then it's just impressive what those kids do and how much they benefit from this thing.
And what you
So put
said,
him down for 150 tickets.
February 20th?
February 21st. It's a Tuesday night at 6 p.m. at the PAC. So we'll see you all there.
Valentine,
There you go.
Yeah.
I would encourage everybody to take their spouse to this is a Valentine's Day. So I guess I need 152 tickets.
Okay. Better sign up. Yeah, you got to go also. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
What's our special presentation?
Well, before we go there, I would like to mention that we do have our I don't even know how you say this. Catherine Blackmeyer is here. So Catherine, wave to everybody. She's going to be filling. Carol is brought her in today. We started working, and we're glad to have her part of the team. And welcome to Wyoming. So we do have a special presentation. This is, as you know, School Board Appreciation Month, and we don't get a chance to formally say how much we appreciate everything y'all do very often, but as Cameron would tell you, he's making a great sacrifice tonight to be here, missing a football game. So we often make sacrifices, and y'all do to be here in a lot of different situations. We thank you for everything you do. This is a small token, a recognition, and it reads, honoring you for dedicated leadership in public education and continuing service to the children of this community. So thanks again for all you do, if y'all would join.
You didn't say it.
Well, it doesn't say his signature, it says presented by. I'll sign yours.
Where can you get tickets for the band?
QR code.
That's the only place?
When Jackie sends out the email, the link is on there.
Oh, okay.
It's also on our Facebook page.
So that's how you pay for it too? is you use
Yes.
QR code, so I couldn't write a check?
You could write a check, and then,
We'll take a check.
yeah, you can write a check, and then we'll just, your tickets are
So
reserved
where does the check go?
to the band boosters.
I know, yeah, it's made out to the band boosters, but you can leave it at the central office or the high school office?
The high school office with Dee Garrett would be great.
I'm sorry?
With Dee Garrett at the front.
Okay. Is that okay with you? Okay. And this is about Glenn Miller,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that everybody's had an opportunity to look at the minutes from last time. And we'll approve those as presented unless there's objection. It's time to consider agenda, but I want to talk about this band thing. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go and consider.
Carol, you want to go over the bills?
Seems like, for the short month that we had in December, there's a lot going on. American Fence and Supply, we're working a lot of safety issues and improving our fencing around our campuses, improving gates and that sort of thing. So I just went ahead and listed that 11,585 and the 7,983 separately for your perusal.
What three campuses were the door closures? Mr. Booth?
For the door closures,
Yes.
right now, that would be West Intermediate and West Junior High.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I think we did some on this campus as well.
Yeah, we did, that's on this bill. We did some office, in the office.
So I went ahead and list the fuel bill on 2 different weeks. Center Gas, 15,000, and then 11,000 there, those 2 weeks in December.
That's the head and cloud and iCloud storage, is that?
It is an annual,
Just out of curiosity.
yeah.
Is the First Financial interview contract $32,000?
That's the ideal, that's when we did all of the computer programming. That is not the lighting.
Okay.
Which, by the way, we're about, out of the, a little over 500,000, we're down to about 200,000 on that in a pretty short amount of time. So that's been good.
Started contracting with Grace Museum, just at this time, 3 campuses at $15,000. They come in and do an art program for our students. Lowe's Company 7787, 14,000. That was getting us really close to being complete on the CTE, and then I know they still had some finishing up to do on that. On page 8, the payroll cost for the month of December, 3.3 million, to cover that. $500 per employee that y'all approved. And once again, the other invoices for Centergrass, Westigo Fuels also provide fuel for us, page 9 of that. Doug's Wheel and Equipment, 11,000, that was on page 10. That was bus repairs, both pretty big bus repairs. One of them was from an accident. Central Appraisal District tax fee for November was $12,942. I'm sure it'll be that much or more when we get to the December month. Labatt Food Services on page 11, around 82,000. And that was with the short month of December.
What is on page 2, EAB Global?
That's that Education Advisory Board. That's the one that I had told you all about, that we were looking at getting some advisory information on regard to staff motivation, and for also with our daycare. There's a lot of different things we can get through them, so.
I did some supplemental bills on page 13. Glass and mirror, once again, we were replacing some doors there. And our water bills for last month came in at $10,000.
Those were security issues as well on the
Well,
west.
one of the door projects was we enclosed that general rotunda there in the West Intermediate. We added a new office door at West Elementary and a nurse door. And we had to put a door into the structure that we put in. And we actually started that project in June.
Was this Tappet Fire Protection? I assume it's not, with the East Intermediate issue?
Not yet. I don't think we have any of that yet.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I wouldn't think we got a bill for that yet.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Is that under warranty?
Is that what?
Under warranty?
Well, that's a discussion we're having. We're not really sure where that falls when you have a freeze like that. It's not like a mechanical failure or something like that. But it is, it's definitely a failure. As we talk about that, I want to, as they can tell you, I want to have the discussion about the design of that. It just seems to me like there ought to be some insulation on that piping, so.
Yeah.
That was near a north wall. It was Mr. Bacon and Mr. Bessett had firsthand opportunity to see where that was. So.
December 23rd. Nice warm night, wasn't it there, Mr. Banks?
Anyway, as we find out more, I do not know whether you would cover that under warranty.
If there aren't any other questions about the bill, the cash balances are on page 14. You see that the Lone Star investment pool was up to 4.26% at the time of this report, and we collected $15 million in property taxes at the end of December. So that brings the total for all of our accounts at $21,348,000. And compared to a year ago, the difference, and a lot of it is the tax revenue. You'll see on the next page for the revenue. We never can be sure exactly when tax deposits are going to post. On page 15, the 5711 line, I compared that 15 million there in the current year. We collected like 5.9 million the previous year. So it's all on when the 31st falls a lot of times, and it falling on the weekend kind of made a difference, I think. People So that's a higher percentage of collections than we had in the previous year. And it's just a timing of when the deposits are made. And then the last page of my report is the expense report on page 16. I noticed line 36 for co-curricular, extracurricular was up a little bit. And once again, we made the playoff season, so that was all good things. Taking care of the meals and transportation for those activities.
I know the proceeds from playoff games.
I have not seen that. I don't know for sure. That is something I asked Rachel to get us a report. We, again, on the revenue side, when you look at the athletic activity, you can see where we've already exceeded what we have for the full year, generally, so. And we had some great gates this year, I'm telling you, and that we hosted. And so, this year, every one of those big gates, we kept all the income. If you'll remember, we've actually had some games in the past where they can force you to split gates. If you split it this year, you gotta split it next year, and that's never to our benefit, but, this year, we kept all those really big gates that we had at our place, so that's really nice.
Anybody else have any questions for Carol and Mr. White?
Motion to pay the bill.
Did you get that, Desiree?
Yes, sir.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Don't count it. Man, you're getting. All right, policy update.
Mr. Vaughn.
Mr. Vaughn. Let's go, Mr. Vaughn.
I know this is one of y'all's favorite things, but this one is going to be relatively short and painless, so.
What they all say.
This really is, because it's now been 2 years since the legislature has met, so the next one will probably be long and painful. First of all, in CKC, which is the Safety Programs and Emergency Plans, they added an item. Mr. Best is going to be real concerned about this one. We now list, we have to have a response to a train derailment if applicable. So I think we're probably okay in our district, but
He can tell you, we don't have
We
any.
do not, we do have a plan in our emergency operation plan, but we do not have a train track, an active train track within 1,000 yards.
so we think we're going to be okay there, but we add it to the list. That's what we do there. In F&G local, this is student and parent complaints and grievances. We have three things that are really pretty much rearrangement of wording. The first one, adjusting wording, section 504 in IDEA. Some of the words that were at the bottom of the paragraph are now at the top of the paragraph. So just nothing's really changed. It just they feel like for clarification they've reworded it. The second one, complaints regarding instructional resources should follow the guidelines outlined in the EF policy series. It used to just say outlined in EF. Now it says the EF policy series. So that's the extent of the changes. So most of these, it's as simple as that, just a little wording change. The last one on FMG, there were 13 different categories of ways you can complain. This adds a number 14, which is if there's a dispute regarding free and reduced price meals. It refers you to policy COB, which is food and nutrition management. Then the last thing, FO local, once again, it's a rearrangement of wording to clarify acceptable uses of physical restraint when that is needed, when that is acceptable, and they just, once again, kind of took out a few words, added a few words, but really nothing's changed. There's not any new way these guys need to operate there. They just felt like it was more clear the way they've reworded it. That's all I have. Any questions?
This comes from where?
This comes from TASB.
I knew the answer.
You just tested me? You feeling a little ornery today?
I had a root canal.
Thank y'all.
I want to make everybody. Anybody have any questions?
I move to approve the local policy update 1, please.
Second.
Did you get that, Desiree?
Sir.
Is there any other questions? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously, Desiree. Information.
Principals, who's up first?
Don't be bashful.
Feel free.
Well, okay. I'm nice and close.
I like the elementary.
And mine will be very short. First of all, you can see our numbers up there. Those are not correct. We added 7 new people. Well, we will by tomorrow have 7 new. So we'll have 204 at first, 223 in second, and 442 total. So we did get a few new students. And actually are adding a second grade class starting tomorrow. So we'll have a trio.
Right, she just exceeded her minimum, or her maximum in that group, so we are adding a teacher. They'll go in together, do a little team teaching for a while, so our ratio is right, and then at some point in the future, they'll separate.
Yeah. And you can see some of our previous events, we did a lot of Christmas. We had our little parties, first grade had their parties, second grade did their gingerbread houses. That's really all we did in December was get ready for Christmas. It was a lot of fun. Then our upcoming events, today we did our professional development and we worked on understanding our Crisis Go and how to use it. And then our reunification, we practiced just making sure everyone practice and understanding what we do, what the process is, and then what everyone's assignments are. So they know if we ever did have that type of a situation, everyone knows what their responsibilities are. Then we have our in-class test coming up, and then March 27th through the 31st, we have our book fair, and we've pretty much organized everything to be within that week. Second grade will have their music program. We'll have our second grade open house on Tuesday, and then Thursday our first grade open house, so we just put it all in that one. It helps out 1 week. It helps our book fair a lot to have all those people coming. And then we're still working on our playground, our extra playground, which we're paying for with our fundraiser money. And it's going to be nice to have that for all of our little brain breaks that are very beneficial. And then I just want to say thank you, everyone, for allowing us to have that stipend for all of our employees, because I had many, especially our custodians and our little cafeteria people, and those people, they're struggling because the economy is just so tough right now. So they really appreciate it, and they wanted me to tell you that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm right up next to.
I like the height of this podium. In keeping with Purple Power, I will be brief and then be gone. You can read most of this, but we also have an influx of students. We will have some exiting as well, but I think that these numbers are a little bit off, just adjusted by a little bit up. We had academically, we had 70 kiddos join our double club AR point. They earned double the points that they were required to get in the third grade, so that was fun. And we already have one student who's a 1 million word reader already. And so third grader Graham McLean has already gotten that, so he's doing great. Acts of kindness is something that we're continuing. You can see our updated numbers. As of the end of the semester, we had 243 students who were nominated for the club for being kind to other Bulldog friends on our campus, and we've had 18 winners out of our drawing for that club. So that's been really fun to recognize those students for being kind. We also had a bunch of Christmas going on at the end of the semester and gingerbread houses, and it was really fun. We had a huge parent response, and everybody came, and so we had, at one point, a line to get in the building. We were like trying to get them checked in so they could go to their Christmas party. So it was really fun. It was a real festive atmosphere. Next week, we'll be doing College and Career Readiness Week. So Ms. Thompson is doing a great job prepping for that, and we have some wonderful guest speakers who will be coming in. And Mr. Light is even going to read to our kindergartners as part of that week. We also today had behavior consultant from Region 14 come and help us really with some pretty incredible training today she did with our staff, with our instructional aides and our teachers on just really understanding the brain and how we can better meet students' needs in terms of behavior and maybe students who have been through some trauma and that kind of thing. So that was super helpful, and I think we have lots of new tools in our tool belt from her training today. Over the course of last semester, Ms. Noble and I did 180 classroom walkthroughs. So we really feel like we're trying to get into a lot of classrooms and see what teachers are doing and all the neat things that they're implementing to help our students be successful. We also have our secretary retiring at the end of this month. Ms. Rawlings will be leaving us January 31st, and so we have been interviewing to try to fill that spot, and hopefully we'll be able to hire someone who's amazing to take her place. This is School Board Appreciation Month, and so just in a little small token to tell you how much we appreciate you guys, we would like to dedicate a book in our library to you. This is a larger version of the sticker that will go in the book dedicated to each of you, and we appreciate your service to our community.
Thank you.
And if you would like, you can email me or just tell me your genre preference, and we will get your sticker in your favorite genre. So thank y'all for your service.
Okay. For Wiley Early Childhood, those totals were as of December 21st there. And we did have our book fair at the first week of December, and we had a book fair family night Monday and Tuesday for each grade. And we had a wonderful turnout. We did very well with our book fair. Lots of people came, so it was nice to see. We did have our parties, and our students had book exchanges in their parties. That's what they do every year. And then we had lots of fun with the staff. We had holiday classroom door decorating contest and Christmas movie trivia and various different things like that. So we had a fun December. In January, the 17th to the 30th, we'll have pre-K and kindergarten middle of the year assessments where we take those 3 times a year. And so that'll be M-Class for kindergarten and CLI Engage for the pre-K.
You might tell what those are both.
Yes. So the CLI Engage, it's just an instrument. Both of these instruments are provided by the state, and they relate to high-quality pre-K, and then, of course, the kindergarten assessment is free. But it's the Children's Learning Institute. Basically, it's CLI Engage, and then we do that 3 times a year. And then they use that information for parent-teacher conferences and to as one small piece of how to refer the kids at the end of the year and basically what they need to work on in small groups and that kind of thing. On February 1st, we're going to celebrate the 100th day of school, and we're just going to do all things counting in however many ways you can think 100. And so it's a lot of fun, and they'll come to school with various, little things on to signify that, and so will the teachers. So it's a lot of fun to learn about 100. The first week in February, we're going to celebrate Donna Neves, our school counselor, as well as everybody else will too, because it's School Counselor Appreciation Week. And we're also getting ready to work on our Middle Clear Fork Soil and Water Conservation posters for the contest. And we'll start that in kindergarten as soon as they get back. And then we'll have them at the Abilene Library February 10th for judging. Then at the bottom, of course, we're going to start PALS at the end of January or early February. We have several students that were referred for that. And then looking forward to the high school students coming down and working with those kids. We serve 62 kids now, pre-K to fourth grade on the west side only. So that's about 20 up from the years before. And the backpacks for kids. And then, so because our students, the early reading skills and that kind of thing, we have kids that don't always learn phonetically. And so we have a program, it's the Edmark Sight Word Program. You might remember I've talked to y'all about that before. And Jana Ammons, who is our special ed teacher in kindergarten, she pulls kids who don't learn as well phonetically as they do sight word based. And so that is a sight word based program that she teaches them, and about 21 kids there. So that's all. Any questions? The 21st of February is the orchestra, the very famous, at the PAC, and 150 tickets will be $3,000.
Take his money right now, right?
Sorry, just saying, that's one piece of information I caught. So anyway, thank y'all very much for what y'all do for our students, our staff, our community. Thank you so much for the stipend. It really meant a lot to the staff. Very well appreciated, very much. Thank you.
Thank you. I know everybody's gained a few kiddos, and we're just +3 from when I sent that, so we're at 463. And similar to what Mrs. Besson said, we've got a grade, Mr. Light and I have talked about that's we're pretty close, pretty tight in there. Teachers love it when I bring extra desks. They get excited about that. Hey, West Tech, right before, same thing, Christmas is a great time. 5,163.26 pounds of food is what we collected, of course, with cash and stuff for the West Texas Food Bank. Very excited. A lot of stuff, moved a lot of food that day. You can see Mrs. Massey's winner, 733 pounds. Borland's class in fourth grade, 1,505 pounds of food. Also, the Toys for Tots drive, it's very exciting. A lot of kids, they just love just helping others. It's very special to see. We had our staff development day today, and I want to say a couple of things about that. I have received some feedback from our teachers. They really love the way the calendar is set up. I know it changes each year depending on what day of the week Christmas is set, but they really like the calendar, and I know each representative from each campus, there's a couple representatives from each campus meet with the committee, and so they just wanted me to tell you that they really appreciate that. And also this staff development day that we have before we see kids tomorrow. Just, you've already heard some things that our staff, that there's other campuses are doing. It was a great day as well. We had some opportunities, sometimes with some of our safety training, we have everybody trained, but somebody's gone a certain day. So Mr. Besson had some training, and some of our people went that way. And then also, I had a chance to just go visit with each teacher and each staff member, and just kind of just listen a little bit and see how things are going, so check our pulse. And so we really, really appreciate that. You see our character counts. We're doing caring and citizenship. As you know, DI is in full swing. I left the campus at 5:15, 5:30 today, and there was a lot of kids from other campuses working on DI. It's very exciting to see that, and they were up during the Christmas break as well. We did, as Mr. Besson already mentioned, about our rotunda, the receptionist area. It's pretty awesome, and I appreciate you guys, and we've already mentioned the previous time some of the other things that we've done on our campus, and we just appreciate that. We have GT testing coming up. I was taking a look at my calendar. We have a lot of ours. We have a lot of kiddos that I think third grade is what I'm learning is where we're identifying kiddos with needs, and I think I have 3 tomorrow. It's just a big part of our day, just helping, visiting with parents and seeing what's best for each individual kid. And that's something that we're doing a lot of right now. Our family book fair is starts February 6th, and then it goes the 7th through the 10th. And again, I've talked about our reading and math curriculum meetings, and we had some good feedback today on that. One thing I want to point out that we have a Staff Development Day, February 17th, President's Day, and February 20th, and that's important because that's a day before the world-famous Glenn Miller Orchestra with our jazz band will be performing. So I just want you to, see that's on there, our jazz band. Very excited to sell all those tickets for that on February 21st at 6 o'clock. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate it.
At the PAC.
At the PAC.
Again, thank you all for what you do. So again, appreciate it. And when was that jazz band concert again? Again, Wiley East Intermediate. So again, we did have our staff development. I'm happy to report everybody was on time and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. We didn't start till 10, so I'm just kidding. But we did start at 8:30. So we got some donuts and kolaches for them, and everybody showed up ready to go. So it was good. Everybody be back in regards to that. Honor Choir prior to. In 2022, they were finishing up. They went to a lot of places, kind of traveling, road show there. Wesley Court went to the Abilene Zoo and did some stuff at the Winter Light Fest. So again, that's a big deal. New person that'll be on campus, kind of checking in, is our Child and Youth Behavior, Military, and Family Counseling Services. Miss Marianne Holt stopped by right before, and so she's going to be working kind of with our military kids and kids that have students that are dependents that are deployed and things like that. So it's good to kind of have her on campus and kind of get to meet with her as well. So that's kind of a new addition.
That program is funded through DIAS. They actually provide that.
Yeah, so we appreciate that.
Multiple campuses.
Multiple campuses.
I forgot to mention, she's on
I know, ours too.
Yeah, so she's going to hit East and West campuses, so we're going to get to use her a lot as well. We did kind of, right there towards the end, Toys for Tots, obviously kind of a big deal, but we gave some free ice cream out, and once we gave free ice cream, it kind of started to roll in. So it sounds like we did pretty good on the Toys for Tots campaign. So on that, just some of the pictures, kind of our little Instagram post there. The varsity girls basketball came in kind of there and gave some high fives to all our kids, kind of pump them up. That picture on the left, kind of doing a selfie. Miss Jonas came up with this idea as far as all of our delivery drivers during the Christmas season with, just kind of overloaded. It just seems like UPS, FedEx, all those. So we set out a little cart with some goodies and some snacks, water. So as they dropped off, they could grab something and go because we know they were kind of busy and overloaded there. Buddy the Elf kind of made an appearance on campus. Of course, we had our dress-up days, Christmas karaoke, and something that our Miss Seawright did with our counselor. We kind of went around and kind of broke up. And the teachers kind of just interrupted their day. We kind of surprised them and had a little reindeer games. And so the kids got to see the teachers having fun there, and we kind of kept points. And so Miss Baldovi was actually our first ever reindeer game champion. So we did that for a couple of days to have a little fun. Some things before that happened, UIL results. I didn't get to brag on our UIL results when we had them. But Miss Gale, who just came to us this year in 4th grade, her actually kind of coached him up to first place in spelling. So we appreciate her and great job. Miss Moore had 4th grade oral reading, first place. And then Miss Irwin, who's also new to Wiley, was spelling, had a 2nd place team. So pretty proud of those new additions as well. Perfect attendance, we kind of ran that report. So we're going to surprise those kids. I guess it's not going to be a surprise, spoiler alert, but they're going to have perfect attendance students. We had, I think, over 30 of those, so we're going to do something with them, a little popcorn party and a treat for them on Friday. So, but again, we just want to give a shout out. We did have a little situation, as you may have heard of, on campus. So with, I think, all the snow from Buffalo melted and came right into our building. And so, but our office staff kind of gave up some of their time to kind of get that back in place. And so the custodians and the office staff, Miss Jonas, Miss March, Miss Seawright, Miss Hayden, librarian, everybody kind of pitched in to get this place back ready so we could have school tomorrow. So again, thank y'all to them. So that's what's going on at Wiley East Intermediate. Thank y'all.
Thank you. I will say for the Toys for Tots thing, I know I kind of talked to y'all before the board, but in terms of the families, just so you guys are aware, they were up like 1,000 kids from last year. I know that's not necessarily a good thing, but it's donations, local donations were the first to go. And so a lot of the extra that we have are just from regular corporate donors. So I appreciate y'all doing that for them. That's a pretty big deal.
Thank y'all so much. And kids, may God bless y'all tomorrow. Every day. We'll take it. Planning, Mr. Light.
Yes, sir. We agreed to Wednesday, January 25th. We'll be meeting at noon at Mr. Goodenough's campus. Plenty of windows there. And we'll be focusing on construction thoughts.
Yay.
So it ought to be a good time.
Okay, thank you. Any questions back there? School calendar.
Yes, sir. So we have shared this with y'all, the school calendar. Again, the calendar that was shared with us, each principal, and they shared them with their staff. And I believe everybody continues to get some feedback. The reason, I don't remember who said that, but the reason that is a big deal is last year's, or the calendar that we just completed through the holidays is very similar to what this one is. So you say, what's the issue there? It's a pretty long break at Christmas because of where Christmas Day is going to fall this next year. Of course, that's on Monday. This year it was on Sunday. So I think everybody was pleased with that. I'm sure that there are some out there who are not necessarily. It's hard to get 100% on anything, but I am going to ask Jackie to do a little survey just to get a little feedback, and then we will bring that to our district advisory committee, and we'll then bring you that for approval next month if there's no changes to that. So.
Any questions, thoughts? All right. School board election.
Yes, sir. We have 3 places that are up for election. Place 1 is Chris McCurley's place, and would be filling an unexpired term. That will be a 2-year term. So that one's a little unique, and Stephen's helped us out on this, that one today. Brad's place is up. It's place 4, and then Steve's place 5 places up. First day to file is January 18th. That's really coming up quickly. Last day to file is February 17th, and then the school board election is May 6th. So anything else, Desiree, that you can think of?
Can I get we'll do the contract and the order for the election next month as well.
Yes, okay, yeah. And so just if anyone is interested, we ask them to come by, and I can visit with them, and Desiree has all the paperwork there for that, so. Here we go. And I don't think Stephen's looking for another.
I'm not gonna buy any signs.
Anyone else have any thoughts? I'm going to take a point of personal privilege and just share that this is not an easy place to sit, but it's a very rewarding place to sit because the team that you assemble and the staff are remarkable people. School culture is different than any other type of culture, especially as it relates to governmental work, because you're dealing with the most precious commodities that people have, and that's their kids. And teachers are really special because they have great demands placed on them. And there's such a wide range of needs that walk into their classrooms every day, into their gyms and their teams. And with that comes a spectrum of support from very little to too much. And it's a hard thing to navigate, and it's a hard thing to manage, and it's frustrating sometimes. It's heartbreaking sometimes, but then there's times when there's great joy that comes from it, and that's why teachers do what they do. And I would encourage anybody that wants or would consider to fill one of these seats to remember the only agenda that you need to bring to the table is what's best for every young person, and what can we do to help our teachers and our administration deliver the best product that we can deliver without having all the power in the world, because you don't, because you're dictated so much to either federally or through the state what the TEA sends down. Like what we approved tonight for policy basically came from TASB, lawyer reviewed that this is what's best. And then sometimes we don't have a choice because the legislature says. And then there's times when people want us to do things that we can't do because we can't print money. We only get what the state gives us. And that makes hard choices sometimes. But it's worth the investment. And I hope there's folks that are willing to give of themselves to help make that possible, because this is a good place. And it will continue to be a good place as long as caring people sit in these seats. And I'm very thankful for the people that are sitting here right now and down there. So, enough on that.
Thank you, sir. Agree.
Growth planning.
Yes, sir. Just wanted to give a quick synopsis of just some of the things that we have been discussing in those meetings. Robert Gadbois has led those meetings, and I think we are to the point to where on the January 25th workshop, we're going to come to you and share some of our discussion, some of our recommendation, and really look at what we see the future for the district to be, as far as not just facilities-wise, but where we think we need to go with programs and things like that. So it was at times a challenging process, because you're trying to get a lot of different points of view to come together to come up with a single vision, and that's difficult. So I don't know that we quite achieved that. Jack has participated on that committee, and I can tell you that you just see a lot of various thoughts. And so as we work towards that meeting on the 25th, we have invited folks on that committee that want to be there that day to do that, and we'll give them a more formal invitation as we get closer to that. But I think it has been for me, it's been very beneficial, because, as you know, I had a lot of questions about what I saw is the future of the different campuses and what that configuration might look like, and I think we got a lot of clarification from this committee. So we'll bring that to you on the 25th.
One, and I think we may have talked about, you can probably tell me if we, but I would like to see, and I know you're gonna be like, oh, wish list, Miller, but I mean, I really would, as far as maybe even facilities wise, like if we're gonna upgrade, if that's gonna be part of what we're going to do, I really would like to know campus by campus especially probably the older school, like genuinely, what do they need? You know, I want to, you know,
Right.
like,
You should put that down.
yeah, especially facility, I mean, if we're gonna, I don't know.
That is-
It's a
that is
magical
part
list,
of-
but
yeah.
I think that's something I think we would like to see. I mean, I know I would, sorry, to keep it real. Yeah,
Specifically, I don't know if infrastructure is the right word, but boilers,
HVACs, I mean,
yeah, chillers, roofs, those kind of things. And I know we've done that, but it would be good for this group, because a lot of them haven't lived through those discussions. To know, like, where are we on those things?
in 5 years is one gonna be at, you know, those types of deals.
Okay, sounds good.
Any other thoughts about that?
I agree.
And if you think of something between now and then, let Joe know as soon as you can, so he can.
And we'll try to have Desiree keep me on track. That is like herding kids.
Everything that we need these folks to sit here for. Happy New Year, everybody. Have a great first day of school.
Okay.